After winning their first Super Bowl in 50 years, the Kansas City Chiefs have spent the offseason trying to keep the band together. Patrick Mahomes got his extension, and All-Pro defensive tackle Chris Jones was soon to follow, inking a 4-year, $80 million deal. Jones has developed into one of the NFL's premier defensive talents since being drafted in the second round of the 2016 NFL Draft. Today, we're going to talk about the 4 defensive tackles taken before Chris Jones and how their careers have turned out. Before we jump into the video, I'd like to take a second to acknowledge that the majority of our viewers aren't subscribed to the channel. Jackson and I are both college students and hope to one day make this our full-time job. So please, if you do enjoy, consider subscribing and helping us on our journey here on YouTube. Thank you and enjoy the video. First, let's take a look at Chris Jones and how he's gotten to where he is today. Christopher Deshaun Jones was born on July 3rd, 1994 in Houston, Mississippi. Jones attended Houston High School, where 247 Sports rated him a 5-star recruit and the second best player in the class. In his junior year, his first season starting, Jones recorded 75 tackles and 5 sacks. He improved on those impressive numbers as a senior with 160 tackles and 14 sacks. After his time with the Hilltoppers, Jones committed to play college football at Mississippi State University. Jones played in every game for the Bulldogs as a true freshman, earning all SEC honorable mention for his performance. He had 32 tackles and 2 sacks. He had similar production the following season, recording 26 tackles and 3 sacks while appearing in every game. As a junior, Jones made 44 tackles and had 2.5 sacks after starting in every game. Jones was named SEC Defensive Lineman of the Week after making 2 tackles for a loss, including a sack against Missouri. He would decide to forego his remaining eligibility and declare for the 2016 NFL Draft. At 6'6", 310 pounds, Jones showed his explosiveness and relentlessness at Mississippi State, 2 traits that pushed him to the top of some draft boards. In college, he was a dominant, versatile defensive lineman who could play tackle or end. However, there were off-the-field concerns and many scouts dubbed Jones as immature. He competed at the NFL Combine and performed positional drills at Mississippi State's Pro Day. Following his performances, Jones was projected to be taken in the second round of the draft. Early in the second round, the Kansas City Chiefs selected Jones 37th. He fought for the starting defensive tackle job at training camp, but was the backup to Allen Bailey to start the regular season. Jones later took over the starting role in October after Allen landed on injured reserve. As a rookie, Jones had 28 tackles and 2 sacks. He was named to the PFWA All-Rookie team as a result. In Week 2 of 2017, Jones earned AFC Defensive Player of the Week honors after making 3 sacks, forcing 2 fumbles, and grabbing an interception against the Eagles. Jones finished the season with 32 tackles, 6.5 sacks, and 4 forced fumbles. Jones went on a tear in 2018, earning a second-team All-Pro nod. He set an NFL record, recording at least a sack in every game from Week 5 to Week 16. Jones finished 3rd in the league in sacks with 15.5. He added 40 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and an interception. In 2019, Jones helped the Chiefs to the Super Bowl against the 49ers. He recorded a tackle in the victory to secure a ring. Jones recorded 36 tackles, 9 sacks, and a forced fumble on the season. He was named to his first Pro Bowl, but did not participate after winning the AFC Championship. Kansas City has been busy this offseason attempting to keep their championship team intact, including giving Patrick Mahomes a 10-year, $503 million extension. Jones had previously been placed on a franchise tag, but after Mahomes got his payday, the Chiefs signed Jones to a well-deserved 4-year, $80 million contract. Now that we know how Chris Jones became an elite NFL talent, let's jump into those taken ahead of him. With the 7th pick at the 2016 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers selected Oregon's DeForest Buckner. Buckner was an All-Pac-12 selection twice with the Ducks. He decided to return for his senior season and went on to be named Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year. Buckner was considered a top 10 player in the draft after dominating college football for 2 years. As a rookie, Buckner led all defensive linemen with 1,108 snaps and had the second most tackles with 73. He added 6 sacks and was named to the PFWA All-Rookie team. Buckner had been a defensive end and made the switch to defensive tackle in 2017. He finished his first season at tackle with 61 tackles, 3 sacks, and a forced fumble. Buckner had a good 2018 season and had already surpassed his 2017 sack total after Week 2. He went on to record 67 tackles and an impressive 12 sacks. He earned his first Pro Bowl nod thanks to his performance. The 49ers picked up his 5th-year option in 2019, a season where Buckner helped them make the Super Bowl. The 49ers of course lost, and Buckner sacked Mahomes 1.5 times in the game. Buckner made 62 tackles, 7.5 sacks, and forced 2 fumbles. He was named a second-team All-Pro. San Francisco faced a tough decision this offseason. Should they pay Buckner or fellow defensive tackle Eric Armstead? The 49ers paid Armstead and traded away Buckner to the Colts for a 2020 first rounder. Buckner then signed a 4-year, $84 million extension, making him the second highest paid defensive tackle in the league. The New Orleans Saints owned the 12th selection, where they took Louisville's Sheldon Rankins. Rankins only started 2 seasons for the Cardinals. He finished his collegiate career with 20 sacks. Rankins showed incredible athleticism and knowledge of the position, helping solidify himself as a top prospect at the draft. Rankins' rookie campaign started off rocky. He suffered a broken fibula in August and required surgery, landing Rankins on injured reserve. He returned in week 9 and finished his rookie year with 20 tackles, 4 sacks, and a forced fumble. Rankins took over as a full-time starter in 2017 and helped a previously poor Saints offense improve. He played in every game, making 26 tackles, 2 sacks, forcing a fumble, and grabbing an interception. In 2018, Rankins started in every game again, recording 40 tackles, 8 sacks, and a forced fumble. Rankins suffered a torn Achilles in the divisional round of the playoffs and landed on injured reserve. The Saints decided to pick up the 5th-year option on his deal. Rankins recovered from his Achilles injury to play in 2019, but landed on injured reserve in December due to an ankle injury. He had 10 tackles and 2 sacks in 10 appearances. 27th overall, the Green Bay Packers drafted UCLA's Kenny Clark. Clark started all 3 years for the Bruins. He was a 2-time All-Pac-12 selection before foregoing his senior season for the draft. Clark impressed the scouts with his impressive knowledge of use of leverage to create separation. Clark started alongside Mike Daniels at defensive tackle as a rookie and recorded 21 tackles. Clark has started for Green Bay at nose tackle, the sole defensive tackle in a 3-4 scheme since his rookie campaign. He had 55 tackles, 4.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles in his first year as a starter. Clark broke out in 2018 and was named a Pro Bowl alternate after recording 55 tackles, 6 sacks, and a forced fumble. His breakout campaign, however, was cut short in week 14 due to an elbow injury, and he landed on injured reserve. The Packers opted to pick up his 5th-year option during the offseason. In 2019, Clark had 62 tackles, 6 sacks, and a forced fumble, en route to being named to the Pro Bowl. Louisiana Tech's Vernon Butler was taken 30th by the Carolina Panthers. Butler recorded an impressive 28.5 tackles for a loss during his time with the Bulldogs, only starting 2 seasons. He was named first-team All-Conference USA as a senior. Butler was your typical bull rusher, using his power to push through blockers. Butler didn't start a single game during his first 3 seasons in Carolina. He had 45 tackles and 2 sacks over the span. Ahead of 2019, the Panthers declined the 5th-year option in his contract. Butler started in 9 games on the year, recording 32 tackles, 6 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles in a solid season. He also garnered national recognition in Week 16 after being ejected for punching Colts tight end Jack Doyle. As a free agent this offseason, Butler signed a 2-year deal with the Bills. And finally, with the 37th selection in the 2nd round of the 2016 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs took Chris Jones. Jones already has made an impact in the league, and it's earned him a Super Bowl ring and a nice $84 million contract. The 2016 class was full of talented defensive tackles. We'd hold on to DeForest Buckner and Kenny Clark looking back, due to both transforming into some of the best of the best. Jones has a bright future ahead in Kansas City, anchoring a defense that looks to help push Patrick Mahomes to future Super Bowls. Things are just getting started for Andy Reid and company. Watch out.